The heads off, guys. Heads off. Please. Indoda ayithwala endlini. Yes, the executive is aside. Campus managers, yeah. Campus managers this side.
Construction and roads, you know that there's a lot of corruption in there and there's a lot of
Good morning, Mr. PK, Executive Management, Campus Management, lecturing staff, and our 2024 cohort students that is attending here this morning for this academic opening. Heartily welcome to Northlink College Bella campus, and we trust that we will have a blessed morning here today. That we all sing the national anthem, and I will ask in singing.
Sikeleli Afrika maluphakanyiso phondo lwayo izwa imithandazo yethu Nkosi sikelela thina lusapho lwayo murena buluka sitshaba sa Yesu ufedise dintwali matshwenye usibuluke sibuluke sitshaba sa Yesu sitshaba sa South Africa, South Africa. Die blauw van onze hemel, die diepte van ons ewige gebergtes, wat die kranse antwoord gee. Sounds the call to come together, and united we shall stand. Let us live and strive for freedom in South Africa, our land.
Thank you very much. I now ask you to all please be seated. So once again, welcome here to this auspicious occasion of the academic opening for 2024 here at Bell campus of Northlink College. I really must applaud the new students for making this very important decision to come and study here at Northlink College, to really take your educational development to new heights. And Northlink College is the top educational institution in the country, and we strive to deliver quality education and training. But also very important is that Northlink College want to develop you as a holistic person, and not just on theory and practical, which you're going to learn at your time here at Northlink College. We have, for this reason, we have a fully functional student support services unit on campus. We have a qualified health and wellness officer. We have an open learning center supervisor. We have the bursary support structures on campus. Work placement officer is available. And that is so that you can be holistically developed so that you can become the best you can be. But at the same time, there is various other competitions that we, through the years, have competed in. And this year is no different. Chad Erasmus, one of our in-6 students, received the gold medal at the World Skills National Competition this year. And I want to please give him a round of applause. Your purpose at Northlink College is to succeed. And that means that you need to prioritize your commitment. And you need to prioritize your attendance. You need to prioritize your punctuality. And have respect for your fellow student. Because collectively, you can all succeed. At the same time, we want to ensure that you are credible products of Northlink College. For the purpose for you to succeed, we have qualified lecturers, facilitators, the necessary management structure so that you can succeed. And we want you to deliver your best at all times. We also have fully equipped educational venues where you can receive your tuition, as well as a very supportive management structure. Today, you will see, and the principal will in a short time introduce his executive management. And that is so that you can receive the best education and training at Northlink College. So I want to wish you well this morning, and I want to, by that, ask the principal to come and address you. Mr. Brian PK, come to the podium. Thank you. Yeah, before that, let's do a spiritual word by Mr. Vance Les.
Molweni, Dumela, Sawabona, Goeiemorgen, Wassalamu alaikum, Rahmatullah wa barakatuh. Good morning, and today, to me, this is a real honor, having to bring word. It almost feels like a promotion, because when staff at Northlink sees me in a suit, it's normally for a funeral. I've been dubbed the Undertaker, and some of them are scared of even speaking to me. So from today, dear colleagues, I'm no more just Undertaker. So you're free to come speak to me now. The word that we will share, it is out of 1 Kings, chapter 4, and the verses 29. And God gave Solomon wisdom and exceedingly understanding and largeness of heart, like sands of the seashores. Another one, Proverbs chapter 10, verses 4 and 5. He who has a slack hand becomes poor, but the hand of the diligent make rich. He who gathers in the summer is a wise son. He who sleeps in the harvest is a son who causes shame. Coming back to Kings. To our dear executive, we sincerely pray, like God gave the King Solomon all the wisdom, may it be so that you are granted all the wisdom. Because you are leading, teaching, and guiding, especially in this time where a transition is taking place, where occupation is now taking over. So it's something new for us, and we pray that the wisdom may be granted so that we can move forward with this. Proverbs 10, to the students, he who says slack becomes poor. And here we have the N3s and the cost students. Let us not become slack. Let us work hard from the beginning. It says, he who gathers in the summer is a wise son. May it be so that we gather from the beginning. And we are in summer now. We are in 4th week test, and in 2 weeks' time, 8th week test. Let us now already gather this information, because we want to have this knowledge and the wisdom. Also just like to read one small part. Because as today we speak about wisdom, wisdom is not just about knowledge. It is about understanding and applying that knowledge in a way that benefits not only yourself, but those around you. In the world filled with information, wisdom helps us discern what is truly important and valuable. It guides us to make decisions, treat others with compassion, and seek truth and understanding. As you go about your day, I encourage you to seek wisdom in all that you do. Let it be a guide force that leads us to fulfilling a purpose life. Come, let us pray. In the name of God, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Dear, kind, gracious, and loving Father, it was with humbled and thankful hearts that we can now gather here, dear Lord. Firstly, you have seen it fit for us to wake up this morning. We could make our way here, dear Lord. Father, thank you that we still have a job, dear Lord. Because there are many that is not so fortunate. Dear Lord, also like we spoke about wisdom, I ask that you may please grant us wisdom in everything we do. Dear Lord, be with us. We pray this in Jesus' name's sake. Amen. Thank you.
So, dear students, now we will ask our principal to address us. So please concentrate and listen well.
Is this thing speaking to me? This one, can I twist it? Where are the technicians? I don't want to do a job that I am not qualified to do, and it gets me in trouble. Good morning, colleague. No, it's fine. Yeah, it's fine. Oh, must I say Molweni? I know when I say Molweni, there will be a response, because good morning does not give me a response. Or should I say goeiemorgen? Yeah, that klink 'n bietjie beter. Yeah, I know the English one is sometimes very soft. They are very civilized. Even when they have to greet, they become civilized. I really do not want us to waste a lot of time. I want to appreciate the campus manager and his management this morning. Also Mr. Les for the wonderful word and prophesying over our lives as a management to say that we need to get wisdom. I receive, therefore, that the Almighty God will give us wisdom to steer this ship into the right direction. We are here today, but before I really get into speaking to our new students or first-year students, I'd like to share a word, and I preface my speaking with this particular word. I think I need to make a declaration. I'm a Christian and a very staunch one. Not a stubborn one, a staunch one. And I remain that because it has taken me through my life. But I do respect other religions. Unfortunately, I cannot practice those religions because I do not understand them. But I do respect them to the best of my ability. And therefore, I would expect that they also respect me. So if I cannot pray in Arabic, do understand that I respect Islam, but I just cannot, I am so worried that the ligaments of my tongue might just crack, and I see myself not being able to speak. So when I read, it is not by any intention to undermine other religions. I do respect them very much. I want to preface my talk to you this morning with a chapter in the Bible, Psalms chapter 8.
Nokwidla foka nontantashe mandikukhahlele usiva kwaye usaphila kaloku awuzibekanga kule ndawo ubekiwe akho buqhinga akho buqhophololo nabuqhetseba kaniyiyizele namhluthwe sisidangu bekwenkundleni wena uzunonophele izimvu zakho kaloku sisajijiso bome ungumgqatsi wentaba usisiqalo sempilo uzawudibana neengcondorho ezixananazileyo nemiqobo equdaleleyo uzuqina umqolo ngelithi ndingugabula ikhuba umalalendle ze namhlanje intsikelelo iwe phezu kwamafokotho wabafundi bakho ze uvele ingqange namanyange abakhusele ke wena ke mfokatyhopho uzuthi ndingantaka ndinungemi mandikuyeke mfoka nonkwindla ba
Thank you very much. I did not expect that one. I did not even expect that she would know me the way she does. What we call a praise singer in Xhosa, okanye imbongi. They have a right to insult you. They have a right to praise you and speak to you the way they want. Imbongi ke ayinqandwa yenza umsebenzi wayo. And therefore, that is why, Mr. Lawrence, I gave her the mic. They are not stopped. It is part of the tradition that they must do as they ascend. And they speak out of the heart. Thank you very much, Ntombi, and Mazuphi ke ngoku ebeke wakhona. Siyabulela. On that note, I said that I want to uthe ezintaka mazintinge zizawuntinga ke namhlanje zizawuntinga. I want to really preface my speech with the book of Psalms chapter 8, as I indicated, verses 4. I'm going to stop at verse 6, and it's not a sermon. It is something that I really want to leave you with. It says, what is man? And I want you not to look at the word man, and it refers to a human being that is a male figure, but it talks about human beings in general. So it says, what is man that you are mindful of him, and the son of man that you care for him? Two operative words. The first one is being mindful, and the second one, to be cared for. Yet you have made him a little lower than the heavenly angels and crowned him with glory. Again, two words, a little lower than the angels, but crowned with glory. And those are the words that I want you to go with, glory and honor. You gave him dominion over the works of thine hands, and you've put all other things under his feet. Now, one, there is a mindfulness about all of us in this house. It means that we are constantly in the mind of our Creator. We remain there. He's mindful of the existence of human beings on earth. But then goes on to say, because of that, he has given us dominion and authority to oversee anything that is on earth. Now, being given dominion and authority declares you as a king or a queen. And therefore, you must then look at yourself as kings and queens on earth, because you have been given that. And there is nothing as important to be given that authority and that honor. And when you progress through the year in 2024, be assured that you are a king and you are a queen. So when you meet a mapara on the street, you don't run away from ipara. You stop and you face ipara, "Mxelele mamela, I am a king," or "I am a queen." And you can only do this if you have faith, unfortunately. Who call? If your faith is not there, you won't even pass your exams, by the way. So you rather develop faith from now. Ukwenzela into yoba ube yintaka entingayo, otherwise you will not do it. So I'm trying to instill in you a culture of saying, I have faith, and I'm going to go through the year 2024 without any fear and without any doubt, because I am a king or I am a queen. Welcome to the academic opening ceremony of 2024. And Northlink College would really want to thank you for taking out or deciding to join Northlink College as an institution of choice. And that is why we are saying we are excited to have you as our student. We also hope that you will be able to join us in a journey and ride in the bus of success with us. There's no other bus at Northlink College, there's only one. And that bus is called success. And if you are really here to come and make a success out of your life, please journey with us on this particular bus. I feel very privileged and honored to address you today and looking forward to working with you in our institution, together with the hard work and dedication of our academic staff, our support staff, and the previous student leadership. We truly have a world-class college that is ready for you to start this particular year. 2024 started, and some of you might have been affected by this particular incident, by a decision that NSFAS took to have student accommodation being applied for on a thing they called a portal, which unfortunately, as of yesterday, still did not work. And that particular decision culminated in some of you, maybe in this hall, having slept on the streets. We are aware of that. And because we knew that Cape Town is not a safe place, and I can say that without any fear of contradicting myself, when we started to see that, we got concerned. We called both the DHET, the Department of Higher Education and Training, and NSFAS into a meeting at our central office. And in that particular meeting, I think we left that evening just after 6, we resolved. And the resolution that we took, that is every student who qualifies to be in the residence must go in the residence. And we sent out the message that very same time. And the owners of particular residences, including Bella campus, were given the instruction to take the students, and we remove students from the street. Now, as a college, we want to express our sincere gratitude in the manner that you dealt with this. I'm sure many of you have seen what has happened to our neighboring institution over the last few days. It is a result of the very same thing that confronted you. There are colleges in the country that are under fire as a result of the very same thing that you confronted. But because you were kings and queens in the manner you handled the uncomfortable situation, you decided not to do that. And for that, we will remain indebted to you. And I think you need to give yourself a good round of applause for having taken that decision. As an institution, we sincerely regret the happening, and we are going to try everything in our power that it does not happen to a Northlink College student going forward. The executive management, including myself, are prepared to go and lie and sleep on the street than having our students sleeping on the street. And it's a commitment I want to make to Northlink College. Allow me, at this particular point, having cleared discomfort that has been created by an entity that is not belonging to Northlink nor controlled by Northlink College, to introduce the executive management. Northlink College, as Mr. Lawrence indicated, is most probably the best college that you will find in the country, if not the best. And we are driven by the vision and passion of an executive and college management, which I'm going to introduce to you now. We have on my left, Mrs. Cunningham. Mrs. Cunningham is referred to be your grandmother because she is a mother to Mr. Lawrence, who is your father. Not in the physical one, in the real terms, but because of the position that she holds. She is responsible for academic services. When you walked into the class until the last day, when you exit the class, she will be responsible for you. So when you get taught, when you do an assessment, I heard there is week 4 assessment, there is going to be week 8 assessment, and there is going to be a final assessment that you are going to be doing. She oversees all those activities from the head office, and she has people across the college that should be looking at that. The next to her is Mrs. Robbenheimer. Mrs. Robbenheimer is the Deputy CEO responsible for registration services. So the day when you decided you want to come to Northlink, you sat under the tree or on your luxury couch or in the car or in the restaurant or at Silulo Technologies, and you decided to apply to Northlink College. She was in the background. She has 4 divisions or 4 sections that she is responsible for. The first one is registration, the one that has seen you ultimately finding yourself here from the day you started to think about Northlink College and applied online and receiving an email that says you have been provisionally accepted, but please submit document A, B, C, D, E. That is one of the sections that she is responsible for. Then there's a second one, which is student support services. I have seen the assistant director who reports to her, Ms. Adams. She is responsible for student support services. Now, under student support services, you've got an academic support service, and then you also have a health and wellness, and I hope those practitioners are here. The health and wellness is Ms. Mukwena on the or academic services, academic support, and the health and wellness. Ms. van der Vester is at the back, is the counselor. I don't like this health and wellness. We need to give them their status. She's the student counselor. If you have any psychological, social issues that you want to deal with, she is the person to go to. If you have challenges with your studies, that one at the back there is the person to go to. So the counselor is there. They are reporting to Ms. Adams, who is responsible for student support under the leadership of Mrs. Robbenheimer. Then she has a division called Management Information Systems that controls and looks at the data that you have inputted into the system and deals with that information and makes submissions to both council and the Department of Higher Education in the reporting. Then there's another function, the 4th one, which is called Partnerships and Linkages, which speaks to the work integrated learning. I'm not sure whether is that practitioner here. The work integrated learning practitioner who has ultimately found some of you, the course students in particular, also into the workplace. And they will continuously go and see you. So that is the spectrum that Mrs. Robbenheimer is responsible for. The next deputy CEO I'd like to introduce is Mr. Mate. Mr. Mate will certainly not work with you as students, really. He is more having a relationship with staff. The corporate services has got 5 legs. The first one is Human Resources Management, Administration and Development, 1. Staff, you can hear, Human Resources, which is your staff. The other one is Labor Relations, forging the relationship between staff and the institution. The third one is Information Technology. Maybe you'll be affected. Is there Wi-Fi here? No. No. No, no. Is there no my wife here? Is there my wife? There's one who says he found my wife. Okay, maybe one. Maybe you need to show them the spot, show them the signal. But he is then responsible to see to it that you will get my wife. Or Wi-Fi. He is the person responsible. So when we leave, please grab him by the jacket. But he has made a commitment to say that by the end of next week, you should have Wi-Fi. It is something that we had thought by the beginning of the year, you should have, because it's a resource that you would need to be able to study and do your research as a student. So he's also then responsible for that. He's also responsible for physical resources and facilities. The infrastructure that you are seeing here is his responsibility. So if there are any challenges with that, Mr. Lawrence will certainly engage with him. And then the last one is marketing and corporate communications. And that is why you see the paparazzi around here. He is the father of the paparazzis as well. So those are the 5 legs that are under Mr. Mate. And then we have a person who's not here today, our Chief Financial Officer. She's attending another meeting, Ms. Potgieter, and I'm sure you might not see her because some of you don't really like her. She's also collecting debt. So if you have an account, she is the one who's going to come, and you definitely would not like. That's why we decided not to bring her here. Ms. Potgieter is responsible for 3 areas, the first one being the supply chain management and assets, where she listens to what is happening, and she would, on the basis of demand, acquire the necessary things that the campuses would need, your chairs, your learning equipment, you can name them. She acquires them, and then obviously, because they are now going to be part of assets, she then takes responsibility for that. She is then also responsible for management accounting, managing the account of the institution, and seeing to it that at least we have money so that we pay salaries, we make your life as an institution, as a student, nice, and then financial accounting, where we do a lot of debt collection and stuff like that. So if you owe, she is definitely not the person. I would then go as I have gone. The next person is Mr. Kotsi. Mr. Kotsi is the campus manager at Tygerberg campus. Some of you might be staying there. I'm not sure is there anybody staying at Tygerberg campus. But what Mr. Lawrence is doing here is what Mr. Kotsi is doing at our Tygerberg campus. And Tygerberg campus that does our post-matric qualifications in business studies, so, and hospitality and utility studies. That whole spectrum of our post-matric qualification. Next to him is Mr. Keka. Mr. Keka is an assistant director in the office of the principal, and he is responsible for internal audit, risk, fraud, integrity, and ethics. If you may, he is our policeman. So if you find yourself and myself in an unethical or fraudulent environment, compromising the institution, he's definitely going to be involved in the process. The 2 of us who behave in that particular manner will find ourselves in jail because he is going to facilitate that we get to jail. So it's very, yeah, you clap your hands, but I would suggest and advise that we remain ethical and we remain away from issues of fraud with integrity when we do things so that we see him. Unfortunately, I see him every day because he is reporting to the office of the principal, and he says to me, you must watch that one, you must watch that one. We do watch, and one day is one day. You will see the hawks coming in. Next to Mr. Keka is Mr. Cornell, sir. Mr. Cornelius is the campus manager at our Wingfield campus and engineering campus like this one. Also not focusing necessarily on the programs that we are offering here, but different programs. To have electrical engineering, but it's on current, and the heavy current is done here. So, and other programs that they are running, including the footer and turning, the CNC. You can write a book about electronics. You can write a book about it. So some of you might want to study it. Please go and check the Wingfield campus. And next to Mr. Cornelius is Mr. Solomon. Mr. Solomon is the campus manager at our Gradewood campus, which is located in Goodwood. It's called Gradewood, located in Goodwood. Formerly, they were offering Educare and ECD. And because Educare is phasing out, we took a strategic decision that from this year, it will be our online campus. So if you have a mother, father, brother, sister, cousin, uncle, girlfriend, boyfriend, husband, wife, who wants to study at Northlink College but cannot make it, like you on a daily basis come to campus and go, they can register at Northlink, study online. I was at the campus yesterday doing the same thing, and we engage on how we want to have a virtual environment, a virtual campus that is under each and every tree in the world, a campus that is in every room, in every car, in every restaurant in the world. That campus is going to be that virtual campus. So Mr. Solomon is driving a very serious strategic campus in our strategic plan for 2024 and beyond. You yourself, after you have studied here and you think you want to go further, but you also want to work, the campus to go to would be Gradewood campus. On my right, I'm not going to introduce your father. You know him all. He has been engaging with you and talking to you. So if you really want a cup of coffee, go to his office and go and enjoy the cup of coffee there and sit with him. He is always available for you. Next to Mr. Lawrence is Mr. Kirk Randall. Mr. Randall is the campus manager at our Belleville campus. Now, Belleville campus might confuse you. It is not necessarily in Belleville, the town where you know Belleville. It is in Belleville South. So when you go to Belleville, the town, and you are going to look for Mr. Randall, you won't find him there. You will find him in Belleville South. That is where the campus is. Engineering campus, that has got a lot of engineering programs, mechanical engineering with both diesel and petrol. They do welding, they do boiler making, they do spray painting. So your car, you can take, if you want to change your car, I know the young men want to have that, that is the campus to go to. You will find them, they do those things. And they change your color, the color of your car as well, they spray paint. Very, very busy campus. We are also now upgrading one of the centers there like we did here with the electrical. It's not on top, it's on the other side. That we did, we are starting with that particular campus as well. We are going to go wide on that particular campus. Then we have got Mrs. Kutsia. Mrs. Kutsia is the campus manager at Protea. Now, Protea campus is in Belleville. Now, the real Belleville now. So if you go to Belleville and you see Northlink College, don't say, I want to go to Belleville campus. I want to go to Protea because she is in Belleville, the town, and Protea campus. Also running business studies, the whole spectrum of NCV, the National Certificate Vocational, and the what do you call it? Pre-vocational learning called PLP, And then she runs a lot of introductory programs into the N4. There is a thinking that we will stop those intros and get people straight into the N4. But she's then also taking certain programs at N4 level already, but also is known for the hospitality and tourism. And a student that participated in the World Skills in the professional cook environment, and who got, I think, a bronze. I can't now remember because we got something, is the student that came from Protea campus, participated together with Chad and them at the World Skills. The silver comes from your campus, Mr. Randall. Silver comes from your campus as well. We'll talk about that. And where is he? Where is the gold? Where is he? We want to see him. Is he writing? We're still waiting for him because we need to give him the accolades and give him a standing ovation. He is going to France with the one from Mr. Randall's campus. They're going to France to go and compete at international level. So for those of you who can pray, for those of you who can pray, you must pray a little bit harder. Samatambo, bawalahle, sizoyifumana negold. Kwelaqala. Next to Mrs. Kutsia is Mrs. Lincoln. Don't look at the beautiful face. She's hard. Lincoln is responsible for quality assurance management and also responsible for our strategic plan. The quality management, I'm sure some of you might not have seen her, but seen her on the campus level. She comes and checks whether the teaching that you are getting is of quality. And if it's not of quality, please, her. She is also in the office of the principal. So quality is not checked at the campus level only, it's also checked in the office of the principal. That's of quality. Your dress must be of quality. Your work must be of quality. And she's hard. I can just tell you that. You don't want to stand in a way. But then she's driving our strategy. We spoke about Goodwood. We are driving a strategy to see to it that we have an online campus. We have a strategy of having revamped our electrical workshop here. She is the one who continuously checks on us. You guys have committed. You have said this. So next year when you sleep on the street, she will come to me and say, you committed to the student. You would rather go and sleep on the street than them. And I will have to do it. Whatever I'm saying here, she takes serious and she will make that happen for some of you in this college. Then we've got Mr. Small. Mr. Small is the campus manager at our Paro campus. Also, campus. Two programs, or three, that I really want to bring out so that you see. The first one is the health, primary health. The primary health articulates, if you want to, into the nursing, the home-based care environment, but those health professionals. So all the students that graduate through the primary health goes there. Then he has safety in society, those who want to go into policing, the traffic officers, city police. Careful when I deal with him, you know, because him and Mr. Keka being together can find you in jail. Also, when you drive and you drive on the wrong side of the road, he will see to it that you get into jail. So then the last one, which is the one I don't really have a lot of knowledge. I continuously challenge him on this one. Hair care. Now, hair care, you know when you go to the salons, what happens to the hair. But I say to him, no, let us grow our hair, both of us, so that we can also benefit, because other people are benefiting. But he said to me, no, he does not want to benefit, he wants you to benefit. So they do a lot of things in hair, including imiropozo, Caucasian hair. So don't think that if you have your hair that is not like the other ones, that you're not supposed to go there. They deal with those hairs. Everybody who has hair must go to Paro campus. And then they have, is it called cosmetology? Your pedicure and manicure and every cure. Massages and so on. They are that campus. That's why I wanted to speak a little bit about it. So if you feel that, hey, you're feeling a little bit down on a Friday, things did not work out last night, go there and put your feet there, man, and relax. And even your hands. I see people when they are in saloon, they even sit like this. Do it. That is the campus that you should go to. Next to Smile is Miss Lotz. Miss Lotz is the academic head at our Tigerberg campus. She very strict. I worked with her. Very strict. She wants things to be done just the way they should. So she is your Mr. Where is Lenson? Oh, he's sitting at the back, yeah. She is your Mr. Lenson at the Tigerberg campus. Then I've got staff members who decided not to come to the front, who want to sit at the back. Mr. Mafumba. Mr. Mafumba is the father of CORS, the Centers of Specialization. He's running CORS here, he's running CORS at Wingfield, and CORS at Paro. Heke, you must take over that ownership of that CORS there, because you're also dealing with proposals to get the money. So he's running all the centers of specialization in our institution, where students go to the industry for a particular period and come into class for a particular period. Mr. Mafumba is one of the assistant directors. And then we've got Mr. Lawrence. Mr. Lawrence is responsible in the institution for our fleet, our cars that we are having, but we really brought him in today because he's also head of security. The security company that you see, the cameras that you are seeing all over this particular campus, it's his responsibility. So between Mr. Lawrence, Mr. Small, and Mr. Keka, we will find you in jail. Now you can see that combination. You will certainly find yourself in jail. Then we've got the last person that I need to introduce, Mrs. Bartman. I actually am afraid to even say who she is because she is the head of the office of the principal. If you do not see the principal, then it's not the principal, it's her. So she makes people's life extremely difficult in the institution. PA working in the office of the principal. And there are other people who could not make it here today, but you will, I'm sure, as you stay with us, see them. So at Northlink College, you can expect to find a place where we inspire teaching, we deal with problem solving, and we also engage in activities, and also deal with cultural traditions. But what is important about all this is that we harmonize them in an integrated manner. So we do not choose the one over the other. They are all important, we integrate. I'm sure you will see some of the activities that would happen at the campus when, I'm sure on when was Valentine's Day? Was it Tuesday? Wednesday. You might have celebrated Valentine's Day wearing red and white. Now it's a Western thing, Valentine's Day. But I've seen now even Xhosas and Zulus and Tswanas are also doing Valentine's Day. I don't know what it's called in Xhosa, by the way. But they are practicing it, Ivalavala, Ivalaza, and so on. So we're talking about integrating our cultures here because we are not a homogeneous group. We are a people that comes from all over, even international. We've got people outside South Africa that are part and parcel of this particular campus. And we want to understand their culture as well and be able to celebrate their culture. We have resources and we have facilities, and you are the most fantastic group of people that needs to grow and learn as a result of the resources and the facilities that we are making available. We are a college community that develops and that also values your liveliness, but also is flexible and it remains inclusive of everybody. If you do find any person discriminating against you for whatever reason, discriminating you because you've got short hair like me, please report that to Mr. Lawrence. Or discriminate against you because you are short and not tall like I am. And discrimination is any act that makes you as the recipient feel uncomfortable. That's discrimination. So if he say to you, you groot oor, and you think that this man is now really talking to me like this, no man, why are you saying this? I say, you got me. Then you say, I'm going to report you. Then that the ethical there, and the Pero and will find me out of this space. So let us really take this very serious. We want everybody to enjoy their life at Northlink College. Northlink College is very future-oriented. I spoke earlier on about the online or the virtual campus that we are looking at. So what we have done, I'm sure if you look at the faces here, it's a few that you can say will stay on for long. Some are just beautiful faces, but they are also, the mileage is very high. The face is just beautiful, but the mileage is very high. And you should be expecting that they bring the old thing. You heard me saying my wife instead of Wi-Fi, you know, because in our time there was no Wi-Fi. In our time there were no phones, by the way. There was a phone on the wall, and you put in a 5 rand, and you phone, and then the money goes click, click, and it's gone. Now these days people stand under the tree and speak on cell phones. So we've taken the old and we said to the old, we want to transform you and make you relevant so that the student of today is able to then connect and speak to us. That's why you will be having Wi-Fi. You've got the 4th industrial revolution technology that we are going to put into the electrical workshop. It is one of the strategies of saying, old, your time is out, and new, you must now come in. And we've also, as a result of that, embraced the strategy in our philosophy. Remember, Mr. Lawrence said Northlink College is a great college. It's a good college. And he said we are one of the best colleges in the country. We've taken an intentional and conscious decision to say Northlink College should not remain a good college. And we want to transition Northlink from a good college into a great college. And you have now become part of that journey of seeing our institution transitioning from a good college into a great college. And only by your support and by your dedication are we going to find ourselves to be a great college. So when you leave as part of the alumni of our institution, you should then be able to say, I was part of that great college and not a good college anymore. And as a result of that, we have taken concrete actions concerning ethical leadership, our ethics, equality, tolerance, inclusiveness, but most of all, the care for one another. And we are here as students to gain the necessary skills and competencies, character qualities, and an international mindset to successfully navigate the challenges and the opportunities of an ever-changing environment. Remember, the only constant that you will have is change. Every day there are new things coming. Every day there are new things coming. That is why it's important that you as students also remain abreast of the developments. You've got an open learning center here, Mr. Lawrence, and they are connected. So go and research, man. Go into that open learning center, research so that you can stay abreast of the developments. Even research your own career that you are studying towards to. Check whether there will be a post for you in the next 3 years or so, and whether the career that you are studying on is still going to be relevant. I know the electricians will remain relevant. ESCOM is in challenges. And I can imagine where I would like to see you in 5 years. And really in 5 years, I want to see engineers graduating from this college, having graduated from this particular campus. We want to see businessmen and women, because we don't want to see all of you just finding yourself in job. We want to see you being the employer. Gosh, man. Being the employer. And that is what we are going to assist you to do. Mrs. Robbenheimer, amongst other things, is also responsible for entrepreneurial development. There will be an entrepreneur competition that is going to come up very soon. Please participate. The previous ones who participated, some of them have started their own businesses. When they graduate here, they start their own business because they were so serious. They got a boost, some monies that we got from sponsorships, and they started their own businesses. So that is what we want to see you getting into. But for me, most important is that you become influencers. We need politicians from you as well, man. We can't just have abantu nje abazanemali. We need politicians who are going to take decisions and take this country into the next level, because you are coming from a great institution. So become a great politician so that we have a great country as well. Besides learning at Northlink College, you also will get connections, you'll get friendships, and those friendships should last for a lifetime. I want you to make the best out of these experiences and these opportunities. I am sure many of you, if not all of you, have met a friend that you have never met before when you arrived at Northlink. Don't let those friendships just dwindle into the thin air. Make use of them, keep them, because you might not, "Unyawo linampumulo." That's what we say in Xhosa. That you will never know your tomorrow, basically, if I do a direct translation. And your tomorrow might find yourself on my door. And I would say, "But where do I know you from?" And you would say, "No, at Northlink College." And they say, "You see," and then, but if you never wanted to be a friend to me, when I say, "Where did you meet?" "No, I can't remember. You have never seen your face." Go away. This young man was a general. Mr. Vance, Mr. Les, can you stand up? He was one of the general assistants. And thank you very much. The commitment that he had put into it was starting to studied here, this campus. Today, he's standing on the other side, teaching at this particular campus. And that is what we want to develop in you. People who are going to be influential in whatever they are doing, so that they can come back and plow into Northlink College. So besides learning and the connections, I want you to make the best of the experience and the opportunities. And I'm sure those opportunities, your academic support person, the student counselor, and Mr. Lawrence, and all the academic staff and support staff will give you specifics. There are certain tips that you will get to be able to navigate life and make life easy for you. And so what do we need to learn at Northlink College? There's a lot of knowledge you must get. But you can only get that knowledge by studying. We know sometimes the lecturers give you, a question paper with a memorandum. So if you think that you are going to take the question paper and look at the answers and understand what you are studying, you will find yourself in trouble. Because we want you to understand and comprehend and internalize the knowledge that you would have been getting. So studying is, for me, do they have study facilities in the residences? Yeah, the Open Learning Center is open until 9 every night. And this center is open until 9 every night. So, not to study. Also need to be, unfortunately, tested. So when the assessments are coming, it is not because your lecturers are nasty to you. They want to check whether the information that they have been given to you over the period has actually find meaningful space in your psyche. So you are going to be tested, but we want you to learn skills by continuous practicing. And this environment, especially the engineering environment, when you think that you did not understand a particular thing that was happening in the workshop, speak to Mr. Lawrence. Say, Mr. Lawrence, I want to go back to that workshop. I can't sleep. Phone him, 2 o'clock in the morning. Say, I can't sleep. I want you to come to campus, open the workshop for me. I want to go and look at that diagram in the electrical. How is it? Because tomorrow I'm writing a test, and you look at the diagram and you pass. So please practice continuously. But altogether, I want you to study so that you are able to face the future challenges that will be posing to you. So as the accounting officer and the chief executive, I really want to make resources available. Resources available. Because I am passionate about students being empowered and succeed. Otherwise, I would not have found myself in an institution of learning. And I think the praise singer was speaking about that earlier on, that I have been appointed in this institution to see to it that you get Red Bull. You must have the wings to fly. That's basically what she was saying, amongst other things. So it is my responsibility, therefore, to make those resources available. And if you find that they are not there, please tell Mr. Lawrence, he will see to it that those resources are available, because at the end of the day, we want to see you fly in your various careers. And we want to inspire the college community to work together, but important, to promote students' achievement and students' well-being. The ability to be innovative and creative is very important to me, and I encourage you to become inquirers, creative problem solvers, but learning together. You know, ilolo ngelishwa lizawufela lodwa embelekweni. Dibanisa into ezininzi kodwa sithetha into enye. You cannot find yourself in a corner there and think you are going to be very successful. You know, get together, have a study group, because what you know is not what I know and what the next person knows. But if we put our three minds together, we can go a little bit further. But I also enjoy celebrating success and acknowledging the hard work of students in the community. I believe this is an essential contributor to a happy college environment where you students are valued and appreciated. So learning is not the memorization of those question papers, but is the connecting the worldwide topics of the everyday life and be able to express yourself in a variety of ways. And we at Northlink embrace the saying that says, if you give a man a fish, then you feed a man for one day. So if you come to my house and you ask for bread and I give you bread, I give you the bread, but I can tell you, what time is it now? It's now 9:30. You'll be hungry again. And I will find you back on my doorstep again asking for bread. But the saying goes further and say, but if I teach you, then I teach you forever. Because you will not find yourself on my door, you will go to the sea, and you will not catch one fish every day. You will somehow catch 10 and you put it so that you can cook every day for 10 days or even 20 days. So we embrace the principle of saying, we want to fish. Being able to fish is finding yourself in the workplace, finding yourself studying further, as a boss of your own company. So those are the three principles in which we want to articulate you when we teach you how to fish. I don't know whether the SRC is here, because I like to speak to them. Or the student council, are they here? The student council members, are you here? Where are they? Come to the fore. You are a leadership, well, my leader. Yeah. I want you to sit here because I want to speak, and you must say this to the others who are not here. Please sit here. Are there others as well? Come. Come. Yeah. Is there another one? Yeah, you can all come. You don't have to be shy. You were elected into positions. Yeah, come sit here. Yeah. Oh, you're going the other way around. Yeah, your colleague. Yeah, I'm putting you on the spot, ne? But I really want to speak to the student leadership. I personally don't like sweetheart leaders. Leaders who are becoming a yabas and at all time agrees even if when you don't have to agree. I do not say, nor do I advocate for rudeness. Not saying you must be rude, but you must be able to speak the voice of the electorate, people who have elected you into positions in a very, very civilized way. We don't want toys here unnecessary. We don't want toys because we can resolve issues around the table amicably at Northlink College. For those who know, obviously there are none here. But Northlink College has not been having toys because we engage with the student leadership. So if you want that box to be removed, you then go and convince Mr. Lawrence and say that box must be removed. But you can't just say remove it. You must give substantial reasons on why the box must be removed. So I want to implore on you to be the voice of our students. You've been elected into a position of trust, and you have been given the responsibility to lead them. And please, lead them with dignity. That is what I wanted to say. But I'm going to speak to you next week, Friday, again, when we are together. We are going to be together. You know that, mostly. Yeah, so don't run away. But leadership, please lead our students. And I really want to implore you to do that. Colleagues, I've come to the end of this particular presentation, but I want to wish you an excellent and successful academic year. A year that is going to be filled with excitement, but more important, learning and achievement. Thank you very much, and may God bless you.
Thank you. So, dear students and management, can we give our principal another hand of applause? Mr. Speaker, we want to thank you for your encouraging words of wisdom to you cohort of students, and I hope that they take it on and they can really improve their lives. So, dear students, the executive management will now leave the hall, and the other program will continue. And I'll ask Mrs. McQuena to come forward to come and address you. Mrs. McQuena. So the executive management will now leave, and please remain seated.
Thank you, guys. Bye-bye.